you are feeling good today. I'm so excited to talk about good health, to talk about weight loss, and to have my good friend Santi from Rocks Discount Vitamins and More on with me today. It's another live, and Santi, I expect even more questions and even more people because we're giving away more prizes today.
Yes, yes. Hopefully we get some good questions today.
Yes, hopefully. So, how are you? I want to start out first because I want to say something. I almost pulled a video and had our behind the scenes producer, Mijo, play it of you working out. I saw it. You were pushing something across the gym. You were doing all this stuff. And I was like, man, you need to be sharing these videos with people watching on live.
Yeah, I do need to. I need to remind myself to, just show what I'm doing. A lot of people have questions and, we got the answers, right?
And we don't want to scare anybody because you're at next level. And that's the thing with rocks, right? You can go in at the beginning of your journey having no knowledge whatsoever, or you can be at that, next level. You're like, well, I want to take it even further. And I really did stress that when I was talking to people this last week on the radio. I said, look, I get that there's a lot of places out there that say they got the answer to everything. The one thing that Rocks has that I feel like is the most valuable thing is the knowledge that you all so freely share with people about health, about weight loss. And so that's what I really want to jump out of the gate with. And by the way, when you comment, you ask a question, you're qualified for a free prize. We're going to be dishing out prizes left and right. Mijo's behind the scenes working that as Santi and I are talking.
Yeah, guys, as many questions. We're gonna go back to the questions at the end on any of these topics, and we're gonna be choosing the winners from our comments and questions section.
So let's talk a little bit about nutrition. And nutrition is a fancy word for, the food we're putting in our body, right? It's about supplements. It's about everything that we eat. And unfortunately, and it's weird, something that we wanted to talk about this because I was reading an article about how Americans just really don't eat good food. We lack the general nutrition that is supposed to keep our bodies healthy. We don't eat a lot of greens.
No.
We don't eat a lot of fruits. We like processed foods, and that's not really good for us. So let's talk a little bit about nutrition and how we can help our bodies do what's best for us so that we can lose weight, so we can boost that metabolism. What are some of the things at Rocks that I can go in and find?
Well, I always like to start off with real good generalities, right? Just so that we can give people some good value, so that way they can start their journey today, right immediately. But nutrition is a big thing. One, just because we are what we eat. We're a reflection of that. And then in addition to that, right now with, spring break and summertime opening up, everybody wants to go get traveling and, they got beach on the mind, which means they got weight loss on the mind. And that circles right back to our diet, right? And so just general nutrition, we went over this a little bit last time, but get a good understanding of food. So it's funny, I'd say 2 days ago, I was speaking with a good friend. I haven't spoke with him in years. And he was like, man, I really need to get my diet together. Any recommendations? I said, well, why don't you just tell me what you're eating first? Let's start there. He's like, well, I wake up in the morning, I have a banana and I have a piece of toast. And then after that, I eat a soup for lunch. And then after a soup, then I have nuts. And then after nuts for a snack, then I have a steak at dinner. I said, with your steak and veggies at dinner is probably your best meal. I said, you started off, and the funny thing about it is people just don't realize he started off with a sugar and a carb, then rolled into high sodium and carbs, then hit the nuts with the fats, and then finally brought in some good nutrition at the end of the day. And so it's just that commonality that we see in the stores, everybody coming in, they just don't know, and that's okay. But so just general nutrition, guys, protein, I say it over and over again, and I'll continue, is your hair, your nails, your skin, your organs, and your muscles. It's so important.
I'm so glad you say that because when let me tell you something, Santi. When I told you I saw you in that video, you got big muscles. You got big muscles, and so it might be intimidating. Protein, I don't want to get big. No, protein fuels your body. Your skin is the biggest organ. It's a living organ. It's an organ. People don't think of it like that. And if you don't feed your body that protein, you're not going to stay supple. You're not going to stay strong. You have to do that. It builds muscle. Muscle burns more calories than fat. It's just simple math, right?
Very good, Dana. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, learn from Rocks, though.
It's just you got to feed your body, guys, nutrition. So what ends up happening is if you undernutrition, you diet the wrong way, you'll at some point somehow figure out how to, by eating less food, which is not always the best, is you'll drop your body fat and you also drop muscle. You'll get to that desired weight, but you'll be like really soft. And it's not the way that the tone or the ideal scenario that we could do as long as we're doing some weight resistance training and some nutrition. So so important whether you're trying to come up in weight or you're trying to come down, which everybody's trying to come down post-COVID. Is just get a good understanding of protein and nutrition. But honestly, for most everybody losing weight, I would recommend what's called a whey protein isolate. We have tons of them in the store. Isoflex is a great brand by Allmax Nutrition. But get
That's
yourself
the one with the red cap, right? It's got a red cap on it.
It's zero fat, zero sugars.
That's the one I use because of the zero fat, zero sugar, and it actually tastes good. If you give me something that doesn't taste good, something I'm not going to stick to it. You know what I mean? So that's when I like.
Right there to you. You know what I mean? Like I try to say, if it doesn't taste good, like people aren't gonna like. I'm not gonna want to drink it, right? If it tastes good, right. Like you know, I mean, there's so many things that taste good these days. We got so many options now.
Well, and what I like to do, I love to put, and I don't know what you think about this. We talked about greens, we talked about that, and you also have those supplements in there, right, that we can use. But sometimes I'll just put like a cup of spinach, a little bit of kale, not too much because it's so bitter, strawberries into my protein shake, and I literally have my breakfast, and I don't have to rush out with the carbs. I'm feeding my body what it needs, and along with the different supplements that you might have at Rocks. Can we give something away? Do we have a question?
Yeah, so let's see. We got any questions here?
Oh, by the way, in case you're just joining our live, if you want to lose weight or you just want to get healthy, if you want to tone up, for me, it's all about tone because I wasn't working out like I should have been. I wasn't, doing the resistance weight or the resistance exercises, especially during COVID. I gained a little bit, and I'm back. I'm getting back to my fighting weight per se. But if you want to get started, we want to give something away. So if you leave a question, a comment below us, you're automatically qualified, and we're just going to pick random people. So let's pick our first winner.
So we got Nicole Castillo is asking, how effective would you say apple cider vinegar gummies are for weight loss? So we'll go with just apple cider vinegar in general. Apple cider vinegar gummies is just another way to take the apple cider vinegar. We do have a brand called Goalie. It's a very popular brand, and it tastes really good now. But apple cider vinegar is one of those products that has like 101 benefits. It really has a lot. But with the real big thing that apple cider vinegar is really going to come into is with the digestion benefits. And so your GI tract, Nicole, it plays a very important part. Every day we're putting something in. And our body has to filter that out. It has to get rid of that, and it extracts the nutrients that it needs, and then it removes the stuff that it doesn't. But the unfortunate part about it is when we don't have good high diet of fiber, greens, etc., things aren't getting absorbed properly. Our nutrition is not going to be absorbed accordingly because we're not having a good GI or digestive system, and it's not that clean. So the apple cider vinegars are a great way. They got a lot of benefits. GI is another really good way. I mean, you can lose 5-6 pounds in water weight. It's still pounds, still weight, but if your body's overholding more, GI tract is huge. So Nicole Castillo, we will get in touch with you and get you a bottle of apple cider vinegar gummies.
You know what's interesting is that a lot of people are just writing. They're just commenting like weight loss is such a big topic, and it is, and it's a problem. I was walking around. We were downtown San Antonio. And, I got concerned, Santi. I got concerned, especially for my community, my Latino community, because I saw people and a lot of people were overweight. And it reminds me of when I was in that position. And it also reminds me of the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? And weight loss is the biggest underlying condition that's causing death when we're talking about combining it with COVID. And it scares me because I want people to be healthy, but I also know how hard it is to lose weight, Santi. I was overweight for a lot of years because it first of all, there could be emotions, but the lack of knowledge, the lack of know-how, the not understanding, how does the food work? Let's talk about products that can help me lose weight. So when I'm into Rocks, there's somebody that's watching right now that's just like, I'm just afraid to ask. I'm afraid. I don't know how to get started. I've promised myself over and over. I keep letting myself down. When I walk into Rocks and I might feel intimidated, but don't, please. They're so nice. They're so kind. What do you have to help me that's going to get me on that road to good health and weight loss? I want to lose weight.
Yeah, so huge question right now, especially because of like spring break and summer, and
Yes.
in South Texas, honestly, we deal with this a lot. The biggest thing that I want everybody to understand is that we understand, right? Because you understand, you're speaking earlier that you saw my video, and I'm at a different level. At the end of the day, we are all human. We all have cravings. We all have good foods that we love. We just have to discipline ourselves. And unfortunately, and Dana, you've known as well, and so do I, that when we get a little heavy, and we get into this cycle of just eating bad foods, it's very difficult to pull off these habits of foods, certain cravings and fast food and stuff like that. And
Dare I say that I felt like I was addicted. I don't know how else to say it, that I just couldn't stop
cravings,
myself.
it's like, oh my god, like I want, like I want Whataburger or whatever it is. I mean, trust me, I'm human too.
Yes, you
And
just said it. You're like, you want to pull up this weekend. And it's okay
yeah.
once in a while, but when you live on that, it's not good for us,
100%, right? So it starts doing a bunch of bad things to our heart and arteries and stuff. But the biggest thing, good thing we touched on nutrition first, is what we're putting in. And so that relationship with food and understanding that will make this journey much better. But in regards to when it comes to products, we really dive into everybody individually. So if somebody comes in, let's say hypothetically they come in with let's say somebody has hypertension, right? They have high blood pressure, their doctor has them on something, and the last thing we want to do is do what's called a contraindication, which is going against what the doctor's pharmaceutical or their medicine that they're taking. We don't want to go against that, right? So that's called a contraindication. So we don't want to do that. So immediately when we diving into some weight loss products, don't be surprised if you see somebody in the store and they're buying weight loss products, you're up next and your products are different. It's not that somebody got a better stack of products. It's that everything is just tailored, right? And so if somebody comes in with hypertension, we're going to recommend nothing that is contraindicating with that, and we're going to more than likely stay with products that are going to be non-stimulatory, non-caffeinated base, but we can still do some really cool stuff. So the main kicker, which is universal with health issues, hypertension or not, is a product we have. It's an all-natural herbal appetite regulator. And so what it does, it hits three aspects of your diets. One, craving. So when you're hungry for Reese's Pieces or something, right? That's a good one.
My weakness is Oreo cookies.
Oreos.
I can't.
Oreo Blizzard from Sonic. That's a really good one too. When we want that, it's not because we're starving, right? It's just because we want this is sweet craving or whatever it is.
Sugar. We want that sugar.
I want that hit, right? So the thing about it is craving is not an appetite. So the product will actually do wonders in regards to curbing and reducing the craves. But in addition to that, also portion control. We live in Texas. We're used to big everything down here. That's not normal when you go to other states. The serving size will actually begin to come down. You'll notice you get fuller faster. And then what I like is it has what's called senna seed in there. Senna is a natural digestive or GI herb that kind of helps with gut motility and help gut movement. So it helps control calories coming in, carbohydrates coming in, sugars, carbs, fats. And one-on-one weight loss is what? Low calorie diet.
There you go. It's all about math. You can't eat more than you burn. And I have to share this story, Santi, because I think you're going to love it. Priscilla Valdez, if you see me looking down, I'm trying my best to read comments. For some reason, I can't see all the comments. Hopefully, Mijo behind the scenes, since he can operate the Dana Cortez Show page. Mijo, please feel free to answer people. Priscilla says that she was 278 pounds, and now she's 190. So can we please drop some claps for her in the comments?
Sure. Awesome.
That is beautiful. She does say, though, that she feels stuck. She's like, I can't feel like I can't lose anymore. Can you recommend anything? She's only 4'11" and she's relatively young. Yep. I want to get healthy for myself, for my children. So Priscilla, first of all, Santi, can we give her something?
Yes. So Priscilla, it's so hard in a short time frame to recommend like some things that I don't know. But I would say this, Mijo, if we can definitely get Priscilla. I don't know if you're in the San Antonio area. If you're not, don't worry about it. We will get you taken care of. A care package over of some one-on-one consultation to really get the questions dialed in on your health goals. And then we'll make some recommendations for you.
I love that Priscilla is open about sharing that with people, because I think a lot of times you see the after and you don't know the struggle that someone went through. People always tell me, well, you talk about the Fat Club, you're thin. Let me tell you, I am, but it's a battle for me daily. For me, it'll be a battle I'll fight my entire life. I like food. I don't have a natural high metabolism. So for me, counting calories, you just talked about it. I do it every day, and I probably will for the rest of my life because I want to be healthy.
Yeah, it's daily deposits. It's just
Yes.
anything. We go and do a daily deposit into our bank account, and it looks nicer over time, right? So your health and fitness is the same way. Small daily deposits, 30 minutes walking, or the right foods, meal prep. I'm so big on meal prep just
Oh
because
my gosh.
everybody's like, well, I'm busy and this and that. Everybody's got 2 minutes, no dishes, no cleanup, no cooking, no
Hey,
nothing.
hey, we all like to stream. We're standing there, watching TV. I have people call all the time, listening to the radio, trying to win a contest. They're watching TV. You can stand up and walk in place in front of your TV, and I do it. And I look foolish. My family laughs at me. I got weights. I don't care. If I have the time to watch my favorite show, I got time to march in place, do some weights, do some
Yeah.
stretching, some yoga, something.
Yep, 100%. And then to tie into the other weight loss, I didn't get a chance to finish. So there might be somebody out there that like, hey, well, I don't have any hypertension and I still can't lose weight, or I still don't know what to take.
Right.
This might even be a product that, we could tag back to our previous question right now, but metabolism is super huge. So you have to understand metabolism. Our bodies are really kind of complicated sometimes, but the nuts and bolts of it is that the less active you are, the less the body has to work. In addition to that, so if you're not physically active, the body's metabolic rate is not as high as it maybe could or should be. When muscle tissue is not very active, that plays a big part in our metabolism. So that's why weight resistance training is important. Nothing heavy, just good weights. But if you're not, that also brings down your body's metabolic rate. Age has a contributing factor as well. The older we get, the slower our bodies kind of work internally, and that can begin to bring down our metabolism as well. So that's not even throwing into the mix any hormonal situations that maybe somebody could be experiencing. So there are some big challenges with metabolism, and so we gotta put some things in place with diet and training. But on the supplemental side, we have multiple different products that can go right along to increase what's called your basal metabolic rate, which is your metabolism rate at rest all day. And so right now, me and you are burning calories talking to each other, Dana. How little is all based off of our natural metabolism.
So let me say something before you finish. Just hold your thought because I want you to finish. I want to break this down because Santi used all these big words. Because that's what you want. You want to go on the rocks. You want people to know what they're saying. But when you were 16, you could eat Cheetos at night and not gain weight. You're 26. That don't work no more.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So the older you get, the harder it is. You're eating all the junk. You lay down when you're a kid. It's like nothing.
Easier to gain weight, harder to lose it.
Man, I'm telling you. Okay, now continue about because obviously you have products that are going to increase my metabolism, which in turn is going to help me burn more calories. So what do we have at Rocks?
Yes, just remember, guys, your metabolism is going 24 hours a day. When you get that thing running and you get it charged because you're, eating the right foods and you're exercising, that is your all day internal fat burner. That is what that mechanism in our body is designed to do. It's just designed to just eat up and use energy all day. And so the more we can get that active, or the higher we can get that active, that is your all day fat burner working for you literally while you sit down and do absolutely nothing. Like, that is amazing. So it's a real important metabolism boosters or metabolic based products to kind of help out. We have tons of those options, guys. Come on in. When you come in, ask on, hey guys, I heard something about a metabolic enhancer, something for my metabolism, or something for appetite control. Man, I have these huge cravings. I want to eat clean, but it gets the best of me. Is there anything that can help with that? That's a product that I mentioned earlier called SDM or GDM. We have different strength levels in the appetite control. Some people have larger appetites than others. So we go up into the higher milligrams.
Is it crazy for me to say I never feel full, Santi? Is that weird? I never actually feel like full. I feel like I could just eat forever.
Oh God, yeah, I'm right there with you sometimes, 100%. So the weight loss is huge, but it doesn't matter. I know some people are like, well, I got all these health conditions. I have a bachelor's in nuclear medicine. A lot of my staff also have bachelor's degrees in, exercise science, kinesiology. This is what we do, guys. And so come on in, ask your questions. If we don't have the answers, which more than likely we always will, but if we don't, we'll get those answers for you. And our goal is to make sure that we're bringing service and value to you, our community, and our customers.
So I have a very important question. There's so many now coming through. Next time we're on, I want to focus on emotional eating, but I think that you and I should do a little have a conversation off before we come to that, because I feel like it's a very important part of weight loss. But
Right.
I have Art. Well, Liz Chavez, she just writes. She has 5 kids, and it shows.
Okay.
And she said, I had my last baby a year ago, so she's done having children. She wants to know what you recommend, what she can do to lose weight. She's running her kids around 24/7. And I get it. 5 kiddos, mama, it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. So what can she do? Because she doesn't have a lot of time to work out. And what kind of products at Rocks can she, pick up? But more importantly, what do you suggest, Santi? I see you working out. I think the next time we're on, I'm going to bring one of your workout videos for the people to see. What can you recommend for a mom who's very busy to do, maybe even at home, even
100%.
for 5 or 10 minutes, morning, night? Is there something you can recommend for her?
Yes, so it's going to be a couple different. I never have a simple answer, right? But the one thing is, always remember this: if you don't have as much time to do physical exercise, it puts a little bit more emphasis on what we're bringing into our body. Because remember, when we bring it in, if we can't burn it, then it stays. The body holds it. So the first thing is, if you know that you're not going to have a bunch of time to get exercising or doing separate exercise, make some good choices. So let's say maybe supplement with what's called a weight management protein, something that can give your body some protein and a little bit of carbs, a little bit of calories, but something very low. So it gives you the fuel that you need for your day. And then in regards to exercising, honestly, Danny, you even said a really good one, just doing things around the house.
But you crazy in your kitchen like me?
Yeah, anything that can get your heart rate up is what is going to be a good indicator that you're burning more calories. And so the fact that you're running around 24/7 with the 5 kiddos, kudos to you. That's a big task in itself. The more you're running around, the more active you are rather than sedentary, which means just sitting down,
right?
Burning more calories. And so if that's the case, maybe we can kick up a metabolism booster. Maybe we can put in a weight management protein. So we'll definitely get in touch with you, Art Liz Chavez, and we're going to get you some products that are going to benefit you in regards to your lifestyle. I'd really like to dive in more and figure out how we can better serve you.
And I just kind of answered her quickly while you were talking. I'm listening and I'm trying to answer. Everyone is, like I said, I can't see all of the comments, but I love that she was forthcoming about that. We women, when we have children, we give up our entire bodies to bring that life into the world. And sometimes you see women bounce back fast. My Nana was one of those women who had 4 kids, no stretch marks, no nothing. She could wear a bathing suit. That's not me. That wasn't me, And so sometimes you feel lost and you feel almost ashamed because you're like, well, my body looks so different. But I want to say to all the women out there, you're beautiful. You brought a life into the world.
That's a blessing.
You deserve to be thanked for that from your children and the person who you created the child with. And you also deserve a little bit of time for yourself to focus on that body, to focus on your health, your soul, your body, spirit, and soul. And Rocks can help you. They really can. They helped me. Before I knew Santi, I was already going in there before we started all of this. And don't be afraid. You don't have to do this alone.
100%.
That's the biggest thing. Rocks is there to help you. Even if you don't live, listen to what Santi just said. Obviously, we're talking to people that are in Texas. They're a Texas-based brick and mortar. But he said, we'll send you a care package because they care. Send him a message. He'll answer you. They're just good people. They really are, which is why you see a brick and mortar growing the way they are. You guys have how many stores now, Santi?
I want to say we're up to 27. Like 6 different cities.
Think about that. The brick and mortars are having problems. You guys are growing, and it's because you're offering knowledge and care. And we don't get that anymore. People don't get that. It's a service that is highly needed. So thank you for providing it. We appreciate it.
Of course, it's we feel it's our duty. There's so many people that don't. There's so many people that don't know so much about supplements.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But it's like, where do you go? Like, how do you know a company's just not trying to sell you, right? We don't sell Roxyscom Vitamins Protein. Like, these are other brands, but we pick and choose the best of the best. And
for each individual, for you specifically, not just some random plan that everybody gets.
100%. And so we bring in products with the customer in mind. It's not about like, what we like, it's cool. It's like, no, what kind of customer base is this going to be able to benefit? And if so, then we want that for our customers at the best price for our customers. Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching today as usual. I just can't believe how quickly the time flies. And Santi, I want to say something. I really want to talk about emotional eating next time. Okay. So let's get together ourselves, and kind of have a discussion about that, because for me, that was my problem.
And it's a big thing right now too, just coming out of this tail end of COVID. There's a lot of emotions that have been going on with everybody. And then you throw in a whole year of, I don't know, shutdowns and just so much financial stress and life stress,
right?
It brings on more stuff. And it's like, well, if this is going bad, then why do I even focus on my health and fitness? But I tell you right now, if you put the daily deposits in a good, healthy body and a good, healthy mind, oh my goodness, you're just so mentally charged to just take on the challenges of life, because the challenges of life come every day, whether we want them or not.
That's right.
It's just, are we going to have the energy and the courage to be able to go through them? So good body, healthy mind, it makes it a lot easier.
I love it. Santi, thank you so much. Thanks to all our familia at Rocks Discount Vitamins and More. I'll see you next month, but we'll talk before then. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Yep. Stay blessed, guys.